Hi everyone, Maggie here. I am a business and marketing strategist and I help coaches and consultants get more clients and fill out their group coaching programs so they can scale their income and impact. One thing I want to hop on here to talk about today was some of the mistakes I see a lot of people make when they're trying to scale, and they're mistakes that I've made myself. I was a booked out coach at one point, fully booked out with one-to-one clients, and I was really trying to scale things up because when you're booked out, you have a limited client schedule, roster, agenda, and you're still selling your time for money, which is great when you want clients. But at a certain point, if you are ambitious and you want to help more people and you want to increase your income, the pure one-to-one structure no longer works as well as it did when you're just trying to hit, 3K a month or something. One of the biggest mistakes I see people make is that they put effort into the wrong tasks. Instead of thinking about their business model and how can they have more freedom and how can they have more ease and breathing room, what needs to shift in terms of structure, they go into adding more tasks. So what happens is they end up having a very, very bloated model. And this could be in terms of tasks, projects, and offers. I definitely had all three. And that's something I don't really hear anyone talking about, like having a bloated business. And that can happen even when you're making like 50 or 100K a year. You can still have a bloated business that's just heavy and not serving you the way you would need it to. What you want to do is really look at audit your business regularly, at least twice a year, at least, with someone else. So with a coach, a strategist, someone who's a bit more external, who can look at things more objectively than you can, and look at what is actually moving the needle forward. So first of all, where's the needle going? Is that where we want it to go? And from the options that you have or from what you're doing, what is moving the needle forward? And is it worth the energy and effort you're putting in? So for example, when I was in this stage, I started running live events every 3 months or so. And I did three. I did one in Amsterdam, one in Germany, one in Belgium. And after 9 months, I was like, have I actually made money from this? Like, has this effort been worth something? And I couldn't put a clear ROI on it. Like, okay, well, yeah, people have messaged me that they think it's cool I do events, or like maybe have a bit more authority because I get recognized sometimes. Okay, but has it converted into clients, into money? And when I noticed that I didn't have a clear answer for that question, I saw something was wrong in the business model. So that's the first thing. The second, which is what a lot of people do, especially if you have ADHD like me, or you're like more creative, is that they try to create a lot of offers. And so I'm not saying you should only have one offer. Personally, I have 2 offers and a secret offer. So I've got my main mastermind program, Empire. I've got my high level, great, doing a live stream. Thanks. I've got my high level mastermind, Leverage, which is for 6-figure plus entrepreneurs. And then I occasionally work one-to-one with clients as well and provide a concierge level support with my team. But they're all iterations of basically the same thing. I have a framework, I have a structure, I have a certain way I work with people. What happens when you have a lot of different offers that you're trying to sell at the same time is you end up not putting the right amount of effort into your marketing. So I know this is a bit of a contradictory thing, and this probably should be a separate live stream to be very honest. I don't think you need to have one offer only. Personally, when I got rid of all my offers and just went into one offer at the time, that was the best thing personally for me at the time to do that step and completely change my life for the better. I don't think you need to only have one offer, but I do think some people need to consider culling and cutting down on the number of offers and variation that they have, especially if you keep trying to sell everything at the same time. There is very, very, very few people I'm aware of who can do that successfully. Like, literally 1 or 2 in the online space. So that's something I'll be really careful about. Because just because you're going to create a new offer doesn't mean you're going to sell it. And you have to really consider the amount of effort that you're putting into these things. So where should your time and effort be going, and what ROI, what return on your investment, are you getting out of this? The other thing is not having mentorship. Really, really big one. It's really critical to always or often have ongoing support from someone who is where you want to be. They've made the mistakes, they know the shortcuts. Trust them and listen to them and be open. And that's going to make your life so much easier than trying to figure things out on your own. And that path is going to be much, much slower. So there's, it makes a lot of sense why I went from, 10K a month to 73K in a month, the moment I got high-level mentorship, because I got the shortcuts. Like, cool, here's the path. All right, go do it. And that leads me to the next point, being in a feedback loop. So it's kind of connected, but it's making sure you have that red thread in your business, not just for accountability, but just like, hey, someone who knows where you're going, who understands your business, understands you and your values, and can help you tweak the strategy as you move forward. And the last thing I want to mention here as well was about, again, having a bit of a bloated business, putting team over systems. Start with systems first, then hire. So I definitely made this mistake that I overhired and I hired contractors because I was like, okay, cool, like there's too much work to do. I'm going to go hire people to do that work, instead of looking at that work and thinking about, is this really getting me an ROI, which I mentioned, and then looking at what are the systems, processes, and automations that can be put in place to make these tasks a lot more streamlined, a lot simpler, a lot cleaner, so there's like fewer human hours needed because we now have automations, but so that I can actually delegate them. Because delegation isn't just, oh, hey, I've hired a VA, I'm paying her X amount, things are magically going to happen. It's being able to give someone a process so they can then follow so the task gets done. So that's what I want to leave you with today, just a quick one today. In terms of some of the mistakes I've definitely seen from coaches and strategists and consultants like where I was, that's holding them back. So I hope that was helpful. And I'll see you at my free training that's happening next week on the Evergreen.